Make sure you make profits. The point is, make sure you make profits on whatever you are doing, whatever prices you are setting. Make sure you cover your costs and you make profits on top of it before any other factor comes into play. Without profits, your business cannot grow. And why are you in business if your business can't give you the amount of money that you want? Even though it's not going to come at once, gradually it has to grow. It needs to grow. It must have to grow. If it doesn't grow, then you shouldn't be in that business. Hello, soulmates. Welcome to the Honest Fashion Academy. My name is Justice. Welcome once again. I want to greet everyone good morning whenever you may be watching this video. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Of course, this is morning and I'm recording this video in the morning. Okay, so welcome to my channel. Please, if you're new to this channel, do also subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here with me once again. I wish I can see everyone's faces who will be watching this video, but at the moment, I think I'm the only one to be talking and you are seeing my face. But I can also read from you from the comment section. So if you have anything to contribute, please put it down in the comment section and I'll be very glad to read your comments. Okay, so today is Friday, and according to me, I said that Fridays are for talk. So we're going to talk. Okay, so what are we going to talk? We're going to talk about a lot of things, but definitely not at once today. So every Friday, we're just going to be talking on different topics that affect us as individuals, as fashion designers in Nigeria and in the world. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about something very special, and that is pricing. Pricing affects a lot of us who are fashion designers and even non-fashion designers. Okay, so what are the factors to consider before setting your prices, either as someone who makes clothes, a bespoke tailor or designer, as a fashion tutor, as someone who sells fabrics and so many other things that you are doing as fashion designers? What are the things that you need to put in place before setting your prices? Okay, so let's go right in. Now, we all are on social media. If you're here on YouTube, I believe that you're a good user of social media. Okay, social media is a wonderful place to be. Okay, so social media has helped a lot of us to get known in what we're doing, to get to know a lot of things that on our own we might not be able to know it. And it has also helped a lot of us to get ahead of where we would have been by now. Okay, thank God for social media. But at the same time, if we are not careful, social media can destroy our business, because it will make us to see ourselves in the reality of others, right? It will make us to fit into the reality of others instead of our own realities. So number one factor to consider when setting your price is your own reality, not the other person's reality. So recently on Facebook, there's this post that's triggered a lot of people to talk. It's about prices for corset dresses. If you are someone who makes clothes for people, how much should you charge for a corset dress? And someone said 25,000 naira is enough to do a corset dress. And the other person said 300,000 naira is not even enough to do a corset dress. So if I should ask you the question, can 25,000 naira make a corset dress? Is 300,000 naira too much to make a corset dress? What would be your answer? Okay, for me, I would choose two answers. Both of them are correct. 25,000 naira, 300,000 naira. Both of them can make a corset dress, a very beautiful corset dress. But then it depends on our realities, right? So the person who is charging 25,000 naira does not go and fit him or herself into the reality of someone who is about to charge 300,000 naira and above. Okay, let's say the person who is charging 300,000 naira has so much skill. He or she is well known in a very wonderful environment. The person is known both locally and internationally, can have access to different things that can make the corset dress to come out looking wow. You understand what I mean? Because there are a lot of things that you can apply to a dress to bring out its beauty aside the sewing. Okay, but then we should also know that applique and trimmings and beading are not part of a corset dress. They are just things that you apply to a dress to make it shine, to make it come out looking beautiful, to make it more expensive. They are not the corset itself. Okay, now someone who is charging 25,000 naira can also make a very good corset without those bling 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 that you apply to dresses. Let's say he or she is making an Ankara skirt and blouse, the upper part is a corset dress. Is it not possible that 25,000 naira can make something beautiful without? We know that trimmings are expensive, beading is expensive, appliques, those things are very expensive. Now let's leave those things aside. The dress that is made without those applique and all that, will the name change from corset to something else? It's still a corset dress. Now, can someone spend more than 10,000 naira to make a corset dress? Yes and no. You can spend money to make a corset dress and it will not even cost you up to 10,000 naira. So the remaining 15,000, can't it be enough as your workmanship? Depending on your own reality. So if you ask me, yes and no, both of them are correct, depending on your own reality. So you yourself know your reality, know where you are, know your level of skill, know what you are known for, right? People's perception about you matters a lot. The person who is charging 300,000 naira, people's perception about him or her is very high. Like they know what the person can do. So even if she says 500,000 naira, there are people who will pay. And the person who is charging 25,000 naira cannot open her mouth and say, I'm going to charge you 500,000 naira, and you just willingly give her money because people's perception about her is very low, right? Online, people's perception about what she can make is very low. Their locations are not the same. Possibly, the person might be in a very remote place where people cannot bring out such amounts to make dresses for themselves. And of course, if you're not known online, if people don't know you, even if you're not online, if people who are in locations where they can pay you so much money do not know you, how do you expect people to pay you such amount of money? So know your realities so that you don't allow social media to rush you into what you do not know. I see a lot of persons shouting, instead of making corset dress for 25,000 naira, I rather go and sleep. Now, if you sleep and nobody is paying you more than 25,000 naira, hunger. Oh my God. So, what am I saying? It depends on what you are capable of doing. I'm not saying that um 300,000 naira is too much to make a dress. There are people that charge millions of naira to make one dress. That is the level where they are. And if your level is that you're charging 25,000 naira, it does not mean that you're going to remain at 25,000 naira. You continue to build yourself. If you save money and it means that you're going to live where you are at the moment to move to another location so that you can charge higher, fine. We want growth. So save for your upgrade. Save for upgrade is not just upgrading the skill. You might have the skill, but your environment is very low. It does not equate to what you're capable of doing. So you upgrade to a higher level, move to a higher location, do things that will make people get to know that you're one of them. You're among the 1% of the 1%. You understand what I'm saying? So know your reality, know where you are. And then another thing is location. Your location is very important. No matter how well you are known online, except people don't visit you on offline, right? It's very possible. People don't visit you offline. So you can stay anywhere, even in one corner of your toilet, and do what people outside are doing. That's okay. That's possible. That's a reality. There are people that don't welcome people, customers, clients, whatever you call yourself, offline. Just know them online and they are good to go. And they can give you whatever you request. In that case, you don't have any issues with your location. It doesn't matter. What matters is perception, what you're known for, what you put out there on social media. You understand? So you can get to do whatever you decide to do. Charge any amount you want to charge. Your business My business with you is just the phone, and I send you what you want, you give me my money. Simple. But if you have business with people visiting you in your location, my sister, my brother, your location matters a lot. Your location is very important. It can boost your business, it can lower your business, right? So if you are someone who makes um, clothes, or let's say a fashion designer who teaches a fashion tutor, okay, you're a fashion tutor, so you don't always expect people abroad to come and learn in your location. It is people around you and those that can come from where they are to stay in your accommodation. Now if you are in a very remote place, someone who is coming from let's say you are somewhere in Imo State and somebody is coming from Lagos, someone who stays in a very high place in Lagos is coming to somewhere in Namakoya to locate you in Imo State in Nigeria. It will be very difficult for the person, even if you know heaven and earth. Even if everything, once you touch your hand on something, the cloth begins to fly. It will be very difficult. It is still people around you. And if people around you cannot pay you what you want to charge, my dear, you cannot do otherwise. So your location affects you, whether you like it or not. So location can determine how much you will charge. Location can determine how far your business can go. Location plays a very important role if you have business with people visiting you offline. Except you do not have business with people that visit you offline, your main focus is online, then you don't have any business with your location. So the thing there is still know your reality. A fashion school is charging 1 million naira. They are teaching what you're teaching. You know what they know. But then you cannot charge 1 million naira because of your location, because of where you are. People cannot afford to give you 1 million, even if they have the money, because of where you are. Okay, recently I was coming back from the market around where I stay, and I saw a very beautiful dress in front of someone's shop. So lovely, right? Very simple gown and very lovely. On a normal day, someone who stays in a higher place can decide to charge 20,000 for that simple gown. It looks simple, but then it's so beautiful. 20,000, 15,000, and it might be a fair price for both the seller and the buyer. But then, depending on where this seller is, the shop, the look, the everything, the environment, if someone pays her 5,000 naira, she'll be happy. That is just the reality. And even if the person has more than 5,000 naira, it will be difficult for the person to pay so much amount of money for that dress because of the environment, because of the shop where she is, because of the perception of the person about the teller, even if the teller knows what she's doing. So people's perception about you is very important, and that's why you need to build yourself so that they can perceive you very well. And sometimes perception does not mean that you're so good. Perception is just what I'm thinking about you. It might be what you are, it might be what you're not. Okay, so if I see you online, the things you post and all that, I may be thinking, oh, this person stays in a very beautiful house. This person stays here. This person does this. But in reality, you are somewhere, somewhere, somewhere. You understand me? So that is my perception. So if I perceive you to be a very classy person, I want to meet up with your charge. But if I perceive you to be very low, below my standard, even if you're selling something long life and prosperity, it will still be priced very low. That is human psychology for you. You don't have anything to do about it. Okay, so then you need to know your financial capacity. For you to achieve a lot in this life, you equally need money. You might not need money as you're starting. That's why it's necessary to start from where you are. You may not need a lot of money to start, but you need money to grow. And if the business is not bringing in money, growth will be stunted, right? So you need money. If you don't have sponsors, it might take you a lot of time. If you have, it might help to boost you the more. So know your reality before setting your prices. And then skill. Your skill matters a lot. That you're in a very high place does not mean you charge what others are charging, because your shop is beautiful, but then you do not have the skill. If I pay you once and the outcome is not what I want, I will not be able to pay you a second time. And that might even reduce the way you set your prices. Okay? So the main thing I'm talking about is that you know the reality that you are in, right? So you don't put yourself on the level of another person. I hope I'm communicating. I hope I'm saying something reasonable to you. So you don't allow social media to set your prices for you. You don't allow social media to determine what you are capable of doing. Either you're higher than that or you're below that level. And at the same time, you might be chasing people away from you. Those who think that this is not what you want, or you just in your mind placing yourself where you are not supposed to be at this moment. Not supposed to be per se, but where you are not at the moment. Another thing to consider is your circle of friends. If you are in the midst of people who have the money, who are well known, who are influential, you don't set your prices below their standard, especially when you know that they can patronize you. You don't set your prices below their standard, because a lot of persons who have the money see prices as a way to determine what is quality and what is not quality, and what represents their social status. So someone may be selling a t-shirt for 500,000. Another person may be selling the same kind of t-shirt for 50,000. Someone may decide to buy the one of 500,000. Reason being that the person who is selling it is well known, is influential, the person has money. So you want to belong to the same circle that the person is, rather than buying the same t-shirt for 50,000 naira and even below. So in this case, they are buying brands, they are buying their status, they're buying where they are, they are buying the person's financial level, not mainly the t-shirt. They are buying into a greater circle, or even their own level, right? To be known and to be associated with. So you who is not already where the person is, you cannot decide to set your price for the same thing that the other person is selling, because you do not have that kind of friends that the other person have. You do not have that kind of circle or the money that the person has. So this also determines the amount or the price you set for whatever it is that you are doing. But at the same time, no matter the level where you are, you don't run at a loss. Don't even think because you this, because that, you now sell below what you bought. You're not going anywhere. So make sure you make profits. The point is, make sure you make profits on whatever you are doing, whatever prices you are setting. Make sure you cover your costs and you make profits on top of it before any other factor comes into play. Without profits, your business cannot grow. And why are you in business if your business can't give you the amount of money that you want? Even though it's not going to come at once, gradually it has to grow. It needs to grow. It must have to grow. If it doesn't grow, then you shouldn't be in that business. I hope you understand that. Okay, so this is where we are going to stop today. Next week, Friday, we're going to talk about something else. See you.